Be serious for once. Pray for you. How about we pray for your son? That's exactly what Moniece from The Real Housewives said when she jumped in the comments to drag Crone by her edges. And when I say dragged, I mean dragged. She didn't hold back. I'm praying for the son you chose not to choose. You chose liquor, Satan's spinach, and a broke shell of a man. You didn't choose your child. You didn't choose yourself. You've chosen every addiction and temptation without a single thought to the damage you're causing. This wasn't just a clapback. It was a full-blown sermon with receipts, subtext, and a moral wake-up call. The internet collectively leaned in like, wait, is someone finally saying what we've all been thinking? Because let's be real, too many people have been afraid to call Crone out. They wrap her in fake sympathy and let her skate by like she hasn't been wildin', even with a whole baby in the picture. And we're not talking about Blueface's bruised ego here. We're talking about a real child with alleged medical issues, developmental delays, and a mother more interested in going live on Twitch than scheduling pediatric checkups. When Moniece spoke, it hit different. It cut through the noise because it wasn't just petty. It was painfully true. Crone's been busy lately, but not with parenting. No, she's been busy trying to rebrand herself as a God-fearing woman on Sunday and a goofy Twitch entertainer Monday through Saturday. She's praying in her studio apartment turned prayer closet, begging fans not to judge her and asking for prayers, while the internet has already said 2 novenas and held a gospel revival, trying to get her to act like she has sense. Meanwhile, legitimate concerns about her child's well-being go unanswered. People in her comments are pleading with her to get the baby evaluated. Viral videos show a little one who seems vacant, stiff, not responding, not moving right, barely blinking, and she laughs it off, like it's all one big joke. But this isn't just drama. This is a child's life. And Crone, it's way past time to stop performing and start parenting.
We also just do a custom.
Goof who drank your baby.
Here we go. It's a dumb thing.
You drank your baby live.
Sometimes it takes someone who's been through the fire to call out the smoke, and that's exactly what Moniece Slaughter did. If you know anything about Moniece, you know. She's weathered her own storms, but one thing she's never been is silent when it comes to kids. So when she stepped in and said, "Enough is enough," the internet paused, because she wasn't just talking, she was telling the truth. Moniece didn't come with shade or drama. She came with clarity and conviction. She laid it out plain. Crone's child is not getting the care he needs. While Crone's been playing dress-up in holy robes and Instagram halos, her baby, allegedly suffering from a serious neurodevelopmental disorder, still hasn't received proper medical attention. The lies, the live streams, the Bible verses slapped over bad decisions. It's all a distraction from one heartbreaking word: neglect. And Moniece didn't have to scream to be heard. She said it calmly, directly, truthfully. That's what made it hit harder. What really struck a chord, though, was Moniece's tone. This wasn't hate. It was experience. It was empathy. She basically said, "Girl, I've been there, but this ain't it." And then came the part that had everyone clutching their pearls. How are you front row at church crying like Mary Magdalene in 4K, only to log on to Twitch 2 days later confessing, again, that you're still in love with Blueface? Sis, pick a side. Yes, Miss Chrisean has allegedly found God. She's been hopping from one Sunday service to the next, like she's auditioning for the praise team. She's in her tight dress, tears flowing on cue, claiming she's a changed woman. But then on Twitch, she's still talking about reuniting with Blueface and tattooing his name on her face, like it's 2022 all over again.
And when to be serious, they go great. Bye. My phone. I didn't.
What chapter in Corinthians says, "Thou shalt return to the same man who disowned thy child"? You can't be shouting Jesus is king on Sunday and then running back to your personal pharaoh as soon as the organ fades out. Not after he's dragged you, disrespected you, and denied your baby like it was a trending challenge. It's giving Bible study meets Bad Girls Club and calling it deliverance. Sis, no, that's not healing. That's confusion in a wig and an ankle monitor. And let's be clear, Blueface doesn't even need to speak again. Every time he opens his mouth, all we hear is basement air, trauma, and dusty ego. This man treats his own child like a punchline, in a tired Instagram rant, publicly disowning that baby like he was trying to earn extra loyalty points from the devil himself. Remember when he said, "That ain't mine," then doubled down like it was a flex? All while he's creeping around, jiding like he doesn't have emotional mildew under every fingernail. At this point, it's not even drama, it's spiritual malpractice.
All right, I'm telling you to leave. Okay. All right. What are you doing here?
You try to hit it.
Look how you got your. Look how you got your baby. Baby looks nothing like me. Baby looks zero like me. Nobody gives a. You're outside of my house. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
No, I'm here.
That baby looks nothing like you. Bye. Bye.
And what did Crone do in response? Nothing. Actually, worse than nothing. She started talking about taking Blueface back like he's some wayward husband from a Tyler Perry redemption arc, and not a walking, talking cautionary tale. Let's be real. Blueface isn't just trifling, he's complicit. Because while Chrisean fumbled motherhood, he fumbled the entire concept of fatherhood. Hasn't stepped up, hasn't helped, hasn't even acknowledged that child unless it's to make him the punchline of another sorry joke. But here's where it gets even messier. The industry sees all of this, every single bit. And what do we hear? Crickets, tumbleweeds rolling through the PR offices of every brand that's ever cut Chrisean a check to show up and act cute. How are y'all still booking her for interviews, walkthroughs, studio time? But not one of you is asking about her child. No one's saying, "Hey sis, do you need help? Do you need support? Or better yet, are you planning to actually take care of that baby or nah?" Instead, she's still being branded as the realest chick in the game, while her realest responsibility stays off camera, looking underfed, underdeveloped, and unwell. And we all know, if this were any other mother, especially a black one, with a messy past and a visibly struggling child, she'd be ripped to shreds. But Crone, she still gets sympathy, still gets framed as the victim. Meanwhile, she's treating her own child like a background extra. Let's call it what it is, a generational tragedy playing out in real time. What we're watching is the full-blown collision of unhealed trauma, unchecked fame, and a platform far too big for her emotional maturity. This girl had no guidance, no mentors, no blueprint. She went from brawling on Zeus like it was a backyard fight club to motherhood with a baby allegedly born with medical issues and no stable, consistent care in sight. And instead of